People of power, welcome to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose, and where this is a different type of ministry, guys. Oh, I'm also a different kind of minister, but this is a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. So that's an indication, or that's an example, or that's the foundation of what makes this a different type of ministry. If you're interested in more details about what I mean by that, as well as interested possibly in some details about what I mean when it comes to me being a different kind of minister, please stay tuned to the end of the video. But for now, guys, I'm going to just start by saying, hey, man, I hope you guys are out there having a wonderful day. My spiritual family members who carry the light, we know that, the struggles, the challenges are abound. Pardon me. We know that the enemy, keeps his eye and his ears on us, at all times, or to the best of his ability. But that also lets us know that this thing that we call God, our leader, our guider, our provider and protector, he's omnipresent. So he's automatically there. The enemy can't be everywhere. He tries. He always tries to mimic our Father. So you're in good hands is the point that I'm making. And I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day and getting, if you haven't already arrived to this point, that having a wonderful day is possible. Dare I say it's even required of us who carry the light, to have a wonderful day in spite of all the storms, the trials, the tribulations, the challenges, the hurdles, obstacles. We still are empowered to have a beautiful and a wonderful day. And I really do hope that, you guys are having such a day. Make no mistake about it, guys. The storms, the challenges are real. But it's just like when we are going through the seasons in life. Perhaps some of you guys are overseas watching this video, and maybe you guys don't get a lot of snow or tornadoes or whatever the case that be. But you guys, I think it's safe for me to presume, are at least aware of the different seasons and the havoc that some of those seasons present. Tornadoes, hurricanes, bad snowstorms and blizzards, even extreme heat, whatever the case may be. We know that those things exist as it relates to our physical journey. But when those things happen, we don't fall apart. We don't lose hope. We don't fall into despair. We realize, hey man, it's a rainstorm. It's a rainstorm outside. We prepare for that. We make adjustments in our day. Blizzards, hey, we can't go outside and play in a blizzard, but man, we can warm up some hot cocoa, put some marshmallows in it. We could sit around and play some board games. We can get caught up on some of those phone calls to friends and loved ones. We make the adjustments. We don't stop living because of the storm. And that's what we are called to do as believers when it comes to the storms of our lives, our personal lives. We're called to make the adjustment and to still find joy, find love, find compassion, and find the wonderfulness, the beauty in the storm. Now, are there others out there void of this thing that we call the light? And when those storms arrived or when they arose in their life, they did fall apart. They turned to the dark side. They lost their faith. They surrendered their hope. That's not what we're here to do, guys. We're here to continue to set examples, to lead, to guide, to motivate, to encourage, to inspire, to be that example, to be that beacon in the storm that says, hey man, if I just keep headed that way, I have a chance. I can make it. I can do this. Because that guy, that girl is showing me that it can be done. When they look at you, when they look at me, when they look at people like us, they see the fiery darts that the enemy, sends our way. They see how people respond to us and our presence. They see how people would treat us, rudely, with disdain. And they see us maintain discipline, maintain focus and coordinates, and to continue to move in all the things that we have been empowered to move in. This is what we are here to do. And I know there's some of you guys out there that are really, really moving in this. And it's not that the storms have dissipated. It's not that, you found increased shelter or refuge or remedies. It's just that you have decided by the grace of God that regardless of how this thing ends, regardless of where this road leads, you're going to follow it. And not only are you going to follow it and be true to it, you're going to do so with grace, with humbleness, with beauty, with courage, with faith, with compassion, and with a wonderfulness, with a brilliance that leaves others in awe. Like, how can this be true? How can this guy, how can this girl, in spite of everything, maybe you've been in an accident, maybe your finances have taken some drastic hits, maybe your family have left you, maybe you got a medical report that wasn't great, whatever the case may be, maybe everybody on the job is talking about you, everybody that you once cared and loved about has sold you out and are actively working against you, and people know this. Or they get maybe they know, I'm just throwing some characterizations out, but maybe they know your struggle. They know some parts of your struggle, if not a large amount or all of your struggle. They know this. And you have more joy in the tip of your pinky toe than they have in their entire world. How can this be? Some of you guys out there are living in this. You're presenting this naturally, organically. It's not fluff. And that's what you're here to do. And we're all spiritual beings having a human experience. So there may be days, there may be times, seasons, there may be brief moments, extended periods, whatever. But at the core of you, and the overwhelming majority of what you present, what you emanate, what presides within you, the way you comport yourself is based on love, faith, confidence, joy, bliss, wonder, beauty, power, might, compassion, wisdom. You just keep going on and on and on. And it's obvious, it's apparent for all to see. And for all who do see to be in awe of it. Like they may have a couple things going on in their lives and they're totally discombobulated. And they look at you and you have all of these challenges. You're fighting fires across various fronts in your life. And again, your joy is genuine. Your compassion is sincere. Your courage is palpable. Your wisdom is obvious. Your kindness is commendable. It just goes on and on and on. You are fulfilling your God-given assignment. You are, excuse me, you are setting that example of what it's like to be like Christ. You're literally leaving that example when he was carrying his cross. And no matter what, he didn't lash out. He didn't lose sight or focus. He didn't become bitter. He didn't become hostile. He set the example for us for times and days such as these, that when we carry our cross, when those storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, when our storms come in all the different forms and facets in which they come, we carry our cross. This is what we're here for, guys. The good book says that only those who share in his suffering will share in his glory. So you do this, guys. We do this. We achieve this, not by power, not by might, but by the glory of him and his power and might. We have to make sure that regardless, we keep this high energy vibration, whatever that means to you. Focus on the Spirit, walking filled with the Holy Ghost, spiritual ascendancy, whatever it means to you. But we have to stay dialed into that frequency. We have to stay connected to that frequency. Because at the end of the day, this opposing frequency, and it does exist, this opposing frequency is no match for these higher frequencies. So when you go out into society in the storms, the trials, the tribulations, and all these different things, you are victorious in setting those examples of what it looks like, what it entails, what it requires. You're victorious by staying connected to this higher energy, this higher power, God, universe, prime source, whatever you call it, whatever that word God means to you. You stay connected with that. The enemies, this opposing force, its only hope is to distract you from that. Its only hope is to get you to lose sight of that. All the darkness in the world cannot penetrate a single ray of light, not even the smallest ray of light. I mean, infinite darkness. You send it at it, it all has to, that light pierces it all. That small little trickle of light pierces infinite darkness. When you shoot it at that light, it's got to go around that light. It's got to step aside. can't cut a hole, can't damage that light at all. That light is wielding, it's powerful. And this is the energy that we are, as believers, are required to have. Not in a fake way, not in a disingenuous way, not in an arrogant way, not in a holier than thou way, but just in a genuine, sincere, and unapologetic way. This is what we're here to do, guys. And it's when walking in that light, when staying connected to that frequency, that's ultimately the only weapon that we need. It's both a defensive weapon and an offensive weapon. Even though we don't have to walk around and wield it as an offensive weapon, that's what it is. When you're walking in that, the darkness must flee. It has to flee. Just like when you turn the light on in a dark room. That light is not showing up like, hey, I'm in charge. And the light is just showing up, period. So I hope you guys really are having a wonderful day. In spite of the storms, in spite of the noise, in spite of all the things that you or we collectively have to go through. The enemy hates nothing more than someone else who can stand on that standard of excellence, that standard of, hey man, it may be raining, it may be snowing, it may be blistering cold, it may be scorching hot. But guess who's still standing in the mirror? They hate someone. And see, they hate someone that could do that. And while we don't walk around with this, with this idea, with this, this aggressiveness that says, I'm going to draw forth my golden sword and I will cleave forth, vengeance. We probably have gone through those seasons, and some of my spiritual family members may be still going through those seasons. But ultimately, you come out on the other side, and for those of us who already have come out on the other side, we realize that ultimately all we have to do is just exist. This light, in and of itself, this light, this love, this joy, this compassion, this wisdom, this humbleness, this tolerance. It does the moving, it does the destroying by itself. When you show up, you don't bother anybody. You're not coming in with an arrogant or, pardon me, guys. You're not going there with that heart set, that intention. You're just going there understanding, knowing, and staying focused on who you are, whose you are, and the fact that this God is inside of you. You're just focused on that, minding your business. You lead with respect. You lead with kindness. You lead with, humbleness, tolerance, all these different things. And that in and of itself is what triggers people. And while you're not going out, on this, I'm going to show them what the light looks like page or mindset, everywhere you go, they have the mindset. You trigger something within them that says, oh no, you ain't going to come around me with that joy, that happiness, that love, that upbeat energy. And they're always seeking to set traps, to discourage, to entangle, all in an effort to ultimately destroy. But what you carry can't be destroyed. And they don't dare take the time out to see that, even though they already know that. Talk about denial. Like, they know they can't do anything to affect that light. They can try to apply pressure to get you to walk away from the light, to lose sight of the light, to give up on the light. But that's all they can do. They can present all this poppycock, all these essentially, smoke and mirrors and things that may have some type of effect in terms of one's emotions or one's finances, relationships, whatever. But ultimately, that's all they have is different types of pressure that they could bring to the table and sit back and wait and hope that you lose sight, focus, or give up on your light, the light that's within you. And we're not doing that. We're having a beautiful day. We're having a beautiful day. The more beautiful day that you have, and again, that day and the beauty of it, it comes from within. The more you're walking in that beauty and that power and that majesty of it all, the more horrible of a day anybody or anything that would try to trample upon that is having. So if you're in a battle, if you're going through a season, if you're dealing with disingenuous people, if your finances or the neighborhood, whatever, if it's challenging, and you know that people are intentionally sitting around, trying to get the residual aspects or elements of your struggle. They're trying to get that to become center stage and feed off of that. They're sitting around trying to have you walk around defeated and to buy into the narratives that they have fictitiously established about you. That you're weak, that you're nobody, that you're not important, that you're a failure, that you're a loser. All these different things that they project out. If you're going through that and those type of things are happening, you're going through those type of trials because you're never those things, ever. Don't let your situations, your circumstances, or those clowns convince you otherwise. You are a beacon. You are His Majesty. And if you have to carry your cross, then carry your cross. But that doesn't mean you're none of those things no more than it means that Christ is or was a loser when He was carrying His cross. They said He was. They mocked Him. They shamed Him. Are you a king? Well, here go a crown for you. It's a crown of thorns with these giant, 3 to 6 inch thorns in them, and they pierced it down into a skull. He was never a loser. Just had to carry the cross. And our sufferings can't be compared to that because He suffered all the betrayal, the financial challenges, and He was physically crucified in such an egregious way. But if you're going through those type of seasons and you're dealing with those kinds of people, and they are everywhere, the haters are, we can go ahead and be honest about that. The haters are everywhere. They outnumber us, from just a purely numerological or numeral account. They outnumber us, so they're everywhere. But let me inspire you, let me motivate you to know that if you're under attack, use your light, period. Let's just put it like that. If you're under attack, use your light. The more happy, and I don't mean in a fake, dismissive way, you're going to turn your blind eye to what's going on, you're going to fake it. No. You're in that storm, but you refuse to let that storm get in you. pardon me, then every time that you walk with love, modesty, integrity, compassion, boldness, making the right moves, all these different things, every single minute, every single second, every single microsecond that you walk in that, the more horrible of a day these people are having. It's those things that trigger them to begin with. And in order for them to be comfortable around you, to be comfortable where when you show up in the building, the only way for them to be comfortable at all is to try to attack that light or to disingenuously seek to attach to that light, to try and feed off of your joy, your happiness, your wisdom, your love. So I'm, again, hoping that you guys are having a beautiful day. You are the light of the world. And you're the light of the world if the storms are raging, if there's no storm. Again, you just make the adjustment and keep right on keeping on. You had plans to go out and go to the ball game with your kids. You had plans to go to the beach on a date. Rainstorm came out of nowhere. Oh wow. Well, you know what? Again, these phone calls to my loved ones I probably can get caught up on. Some house cleaning I've been procrastinating about doing. Kick back, just kick my feet up and watch an old time movie or whatever the case may be. You just take an alternative path. You make the adjustment and your day is still moving on, with wonder and beauty and love and contentment. So keep on keeping on in faith, guys. Keep on hoping on in love. Know that who you are, and know that ultimately it's about you doing just that through the grace of God, keeping yourself in an upbeat mindset. Again, not faking, not being in denial. Hey, there's challenges. You have been anointed with the power to determine how you respond in that storm. It's inside of you. And you heard the old school saying, it's not about what happens to a person, it's about how they respond to what happens to them. The naysayers, the narcissists, the critics, the killjoys, when those storms came to them, even just a small example of a sample of those challenges took place in their life, they quit on themselves. They quit on God. They quit on their family. They quit on their spouses. They quit on their careers. They quit on society. But you are empowered to be more. You're called, you're anointed to be more. So this is what I got for you guys. Keep your light turned up. In spite of the storms, regardless of the storms. Excuse me. And while they're trying to level up, which I'm using that term loosely because all of them, for the most part, all of them are no longer trying to level up. They're totally comfortable in their dysfunction. They're totally comfortable in their sadness and their misery and their bitterness, their hatred. It's engulfed them so thoroughly, so completely, that that's all they know, that's all they want. And when you come around with love and light and joy and all these different things, it's irritating to them. They want to be in their madness. Let them have themselves. But you keep going. I'm at 30 minutes, guys. I was going to complete a couple more different thoughts, but I just want to encourage you guys to know that this is what you're called to be, the light of the world. This is what you are. Keep your frequency turned up. This ministry provides you with all kinds of different things, whether it's mental exercises, mental constructive challenges, whether it's physical fitness training, whether it's spiritual practices. All these things are implemented, recommended, and suggested as some different things that you can do to make sure that in spite of the storm, your spirit man, your mental man, and your physical man or woman, they're all operating at a premium. So reach out to this ministry if I can be of assistance to you guys. Keep your light turned up at all times. You have been anointed to decide how you respond to those situations. You have been empowered. Walk in it, guys. When it comes to the ministry, guys, again, it's a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. It's promoting mental, physical, and spiritual health and wellness. This ministry does provide real-world services that are designed to help you achieve such a goal. If you'd like some information about these services, please watch a video that's titled MBS Service Tutorial. It's going to lay out the services, going to lay out the details about what they consist of, how they're implemented, and how they can be beneficial to you and or your loved ones. If you like any additional questions, or if you're interested in the services, please hit the email link down in the description box. Also, please please visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry that's located at mountfitnessmbs.com. For those of you who are already or interested in starting some physical fitness training, watch that video. Go to that website. That'll give you some information about my expertise in that area. But again, hit the email link if you have any follow-up questions, guys, or if you're interested in the services. Also, please, if you got any value in today's message, that's an indication to you that others can also get value from today's message. So I've done my part. I put the message out there, and I'm trusting that you're going to do your part. You know the truth, and each one reach one, and each one teach one. So please, be sure to hit the share button. It would mean a great deal to the ministry, and it may even mean even more to the person that receives it at the exact moment that you share it. So reach over there, hit the share button if you would, please, and then be sure to hit the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and be sure to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload new messages. If you'd like to make a monetary donation to show your support, your generosity to and for this ministry, I'm going to leave a Cash App link down in the description box. And if you send $1, if you send $100, or whatever the heart, whatever your spirit, whatever His word, whatever your wallet would have you send, know that you will receive a abundant harvest, not just for a financial blessing, not just for a return on the financial blessing that you would put out to this ministry, but if you subscribe, if you share the video, if you leave a comment, anything that you do to help this ministry, you will receive the abundant harvest that He has promised you, an abundant harvest when you plant good seed and in good ground. So receive your harvest by faith as I simultaneously receive your continued love, support, and generosity by faith. Remember, last but not least, this is a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. So that's to say that regardless of what's going on, guys, just like that day that I just talked about, challenging days, but you make an adjustment. So regardless of what's going on in your life, you have been anointed to make sure that your mind, your body, and your spirit remains beautiful, vibrant, and healthy to absolute best of His ability would have you do so. You've been anointed for such a thing. This ministry has been anointed to help you achieve those goals. please reach out. I love the opportunity to speak with you further. I love all you guys whose hearts are in the right place. I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.